Hi guys, it's Wednesday, which means it's Workshop Wednesday. I'm Desiree, and I'm going to be walking you through making this fun earring out of plastic straws. You can see what we'll be getting into today. It's really fun, swingy. This one I'm going to add links to make it match this side. I really like the bigger, more vibrant look, especially because this material is so light. You can go big and it's still really comfortable to wear. So let me slide this guy off and give you guys a closer look. Here we have it. This earring consists of two components. There is the rectangle link, and then there's the fastener mechanism, which you can see I'm using a Forge and Finish gold-filled arm stud to fashion and wear. I think this is a really cool aspect of it, is that you can switch this part up to whatever you're feeling that day. I think this one's just does the trick and doesn't overpower or interfere with like the feature. So and also you'll see that I've filled the straw with a cool bright colored material, which is red chili flakes. Look how pretty. Coral red. Love it. Made a bunch of kimchi not that long ago, and so I had a lot of extra. So get creative with your choice of materials. Use what you have available. You can use a different seasoning that's a better color for you. If you like black, you want to use like black sesame seeds or something, that can be really cool. You can mix up and do different colors, every other link or an accent one. Whatever you decide, just have your materials like readily available for you. This earring consists of two components. We have the rectangle link filled with the material, and then we have this piece that is attached to the top link by this link being bypassing through here. It's a little bit hard to see, but this straw was sliced open and then this one was fed through it. So we're gonna go over making this component first. That's probably gonna be the most challenging part, but you can do it. I'm gonna walk you through it. So yeah, let's start there and then we'll move on to the links. So you want to cut 1.25 inches. And I'm going to hold off on cutting that for now because there's some other markings that we want to indicate to set us up for that. We're going to cut a slice down the center here that's about 1/4 inch long, and that's going to allow for the other straw, which is going to be our first link, to intersect through the straw. The actual piece is 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. So our actual working area is 1 full inch. So I'm going to mark that. I'm also going to mark halfway so that I can see the two sides of the piece. And now to indicate where I'm going to slice with my X-Acto knife, I want to find the center between these two pieces, or these two lines rather. So that being 1/2 inch long, the center is going to be at your 1/4 inch line. And then the length of the slice that we're going to make is also going to be 1/4 inch. So I'm going to measure 1/8 inch on either side. So now these 3 lines are the 1/4 inch that we want to cut through. And I can just connect those, and I'm going to follow right along that line with my X-Acto blade. So now when we cut through here on both sides, there's going to be a slit that a perpendicular straw can push through. The next step is going to be slicing from both sides. I'm going to hold on to the ends, apply a light pressure just so it doesn't move, and I'm going to try to do this so that my fingers aren't, or my hands aren't in the way, so that you can see as best as possible. With these X-Acto blades, they're tapered and they widen towards the base, so we're going to use that to our advantage, where we don't have to do so much work. We're not going to cut, like pull as we're cutting. We're just going to push through and then make our way slowly by pulling up and down. I'll show you what I mean. So first, take your point, lay that right on the top line where we're going to start our cut, and push down. Do the same thing nice and slow until you reach the back end of your line. No pulling at all. So now I've completed that line. So let's flip her over and do the back side. I just want to make sure it does cut up to that line, but no further. We want a nice snug fit here. We don't want it to be loose where the straw can easily pull out. So there we have that. Got them. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside for just a moment and prepare our link piece, and then we can combine the two. So the link measures out to 3.5 inches in order to make our 1 inch by 1/2 inch rectangle. So I'm going to mark that first and foremost. Here's my 3.5 inches. So that's the total amount of material that we need per link. Now I'm also going to mark, while I'm here, the points where I'm going to make my 90-degree bends. So the way that goes, it starts at the beginning. We're going to mark a 1/2 inch. Then we're going to mark a full inch. Then we'll do another 1/2 inch and another full inch, and that leaves us a 1/2 inch at the end. So if we step back and just look at what we just did, you can see how this kind of comes together and makes sense. So the center is our 1/2 inch side, and then when these get bent up 90 degrees, that's going to fold up our 1 inch sides, and then what we have left are 2 1/2 inches at the ends. One is going to get inserted into the other side and it will measure out to a 1/2 inch. So then we have our 1/2 inch by 1 inch rectangle. So the next step is combining these two pieces. I'm just going to take one of the ends that I'm going to feed through, and I'm going to cut the corner a little bit. You can pinch this down so it's easier to cut, and we're just cutting a little smidge off that corner. Nothing too dramatic. You don't want like a huge chunk missing. It's just the corner. So I'm going to start with like the edge that wasn't cut. I'm going to find that splice, and I'm going to start to feed it through. You can see it's starting to come through. I'm just going to continue along that, guiding it through. So there, it's popped through, but it still has this little edge. And this is where we did want it to be nice and firm, so then we got that through. Now we just need to come out the back end, and we're going to start just like we did coming in through the first side. We're going to come in through the corner first, come in out the back using the corner. All right, so I found that and it's starting to come out the back now. And voila, I've pushed it through. Nice and easy. We're going to bring this piece down to the center, which is this 1/2 inch section.